What's going on, everybody? Got a Jacksonville Jaguars and Tennessee Titans gameplay. I'm playing as the Jags. And yeah, you've seen the title, Madden 13 cover. But I don't think it's too early to be talking about this. The regular season's over, and all the stats are in the books. Super Bowl's done. I'm pretty sure Eli Manning got the Super Bowl MVP. What you shouldn't have. Wes Welker should have definitely got the Super Bowl MVP, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, Madden 13 cover. That's why I'm playing with the Jags, because I think, and I don't know if they're going to do that voting thing again like they did last year. They probably are. Which, in my opinion, is just unfair, because, listen, you know, no offense to the fans and everybody who votes, but usually they vote for the popular people. You know, not really the person who deserves it the most. Like freaking Peyton Hillis. I mean, come on. But whatever. I think MJD should get the cover, man. I just do. And the reason I like MJD is because, you know, when you look at all the players that could possibly be on the cover, and I'm gonna talk about them all, but nobody means more to their team than MJD. I mean, honestly, you can look at it. I mean, who do they have? Blaine Gabbert? I mean, as their quarterback. They got a nice D on Madden, but in reality, their defense is not that nice. You know, they don't have anybody. The receivers are horrible. And this guy still somehow leads the league in rushing. Well, he got 1,600 yards this year. He averaged a 100-yard game every game. I mean, that's just nuts. With the shitty team that they have. So that's why I think MJD, this guy's a workhorse, man. He deserves the cover. He's just a straight beast. And, you know, Mighty Mouse, the original law firm, whatever you want to call him, the guy is just a monster, and I think that he deserves it more than anybody else. And let's just run through some of these other people who could have a chance. And let me know in the comment section who you think deserves the title, obviously, and let me know your thoughts on about what I'm about to break down for you. Excuse me. All right, boy. Right, you got Ray Rice. I mean, okay, Ray Rice. Yeah, all right. He could too, but he got to cover the NFL Blitz thing. So, I mean, that's why I'm just throwing him out of there. Who else? You got Michael Turner. Nah, I'm not really. Nah, sorry. They made it to the playoffs and they didn't do shit. That's why I'm like, nah. And I know you could say, oh, but MJD's team didn't even make it to the playoffs. But still, look at the team compared to, you know, I mean, they got Roddy White, they got Julio Jones. The guy should be getting all these you know, touches and yards and everything like that. But he didn't. MJD still led the league, and it wasn't even close. I mean, you got MJD and then Ray Rice and then Michael Turner for the rushing, as far as rushing goes in the NFL. And MJD had 1,600. Ray Rice had 1,300 yards. So that's it. And then Michael Turner had like 1,200, I think, or something like that. So that's like 300-400 yards more that MJD had. And teams were stacking a box with him. They knew all they could do was run the ball. And he still got that many yards. So Ray Rice, no. And he got the cover on the other thing. Or Michael Turner, no. I'm sorry. Next, I mean, I'm just doing a rushing yards thing right now. You got LaShawn McCoy, who could very well be on the cover. I mean, I can't deny this guy. He led the league in scoring with 20 touchdowns. I think 17 were rushing and 3 were receiving. And I mean, he meant a lot for that team. But the only reason I will put MJD over LaShawn McCoy is because of, you know, the hype train that the Eagles were. That these guys are supposed to run in here, be like the Miami Heat of football, and, you know, dream team, this, that, and the other thing, and they folded. That's the only reason I wouldn't put LaShawn McCoy on there. But other than that, LaShawn McCoy is, I mean, he's just a monster too. 20 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know. So you could very well put LaShawn McCoy with MJD, but like I said, the hype train, and they didn't do shit, so no. And then you got Arian Foster, who could also be on the cover, but he wasn't even close to yardage as MJD. And I mean, he did have I don't even think he was close to touchdowns either. I'm not sure. But Arian Foster, nah, I don't know. I mean, he did carry that team on his back with Andre Johnson out most of the season, so I guess, you know, you could throw Arian Foster in there, because that was my original pick. I was going to put Arian, but I just saw MJD, and I mean, the guy, look at the team difference. But and then again, I mean, I don't know. They had a third-string quarterback all year. Freaking the Texans did. So I don't know. I guess 1 and 2, Arian Foster or MJD, and then LaShawn McCoy are the top 3 right now. Then of course we go to receiving. You got Calvin Johnson, 16 TDs on the year, led the league in receiving with 1,681 yards. I mean, you could definitely make an argument for Calvin Johnson too. But at the end of the season, he kind of disappeared when they're putting 3 or 4 guys on him and making Stafford throw to other people. But still, you could definitely make an argument that Calvin Johnson just took over this year as far as receiving goes. And then you got Victor Cruz, who he had 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns. And then, of course, Rob Gronkowski. 17 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Another just beast. But I wouldn't put Gronk on there because they lost in the freaking Super Bowl. And he was nowhere to be found. I know he had an injury, but still. He was just out there like a hurt duck, you know, with his wings clipped or something. I don't know what. He just disappeared, so I can't give it to Gronk. I know that, again, they made it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, yada, yada. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I don't care. He didn't do anything in the Super Bowl. But I guess you could also make the argument he was the only reason that they got to the Super Bowl, which I could buy. So, I don't know. I guess Gronk, Calvin Johnson, MJD, Arian Foster, and LaShawn McCoy are definitely by far the leaders. And then you look at passing. I mean, you could have Drew Brees on there. I mean, he broke Marino's record. There's no reason he can't, but he got the cover a couple years ago. So, that's the only reason I won't even put Drew Brees in there. But he definitely deserves it. I mean, you could put Eli Manning, Super Bowl MVP, yeah. But he didn't. I mean, he was like number 6, I think, on passing. And if you're going to put a quarterback, it would have to be Drew Brees. It would just have to be, breaking Marino's record. So, Eli Manning, all you Eli Manning fans, just shut up and go sit down somewhere because he's not getting the cover. All right? I'm sorry. He's a duck as far as I'm concerned. Of course, you could have A-Rod. I mean, he had 4,600 yards. He was number 4, I think, for yardage-wise. I think Matthew Stafford was ahead of him. There's a couple other people, too. I think Eli might have been ahead of him, actually. Ahead of Aaron Rodgers as yardage goes, but not by much. And like I said, if you're going to put a quarterback, it would have to be Drew Brees. Have to be. I can't see anybody else going over Drew Brees. And then defensive side of the ball, I mean, the only person that really stood out was Jared Allen. He had 22 sacks on the year, led the league. And then you got DeMarcus Ware right behind him at 19 and a half sacks. So, I don't know if you really want to put Jared Allen on the cover. I guess you could. But, I mean, I don't know. That team was pretty horrible. Pretty horrible. But, again, look, you see MJD, 27 carries, 145 yards, and 2 TDs. That's what he does on the year. So, MJD, Arian Foster, LaShawn McCoy, Calvin Johnson, and Gronkowski are my winners. And then Drew Brees if you want to put him on the cover again. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.